Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan. It is Friday, the 26th of September. Thank you for joining me as we take a look at New Zealand's weekend weather outlook and the forecast for next week as we go from September to October. Let's have a look at the satellite and lightning map this morning. Plenty of thunderstorms moving up the west coast with some heavy downpours along with that. I note that the rain radar on the west coast has been knocked out by a damaging lightning strike this week, so that is out of order at the moment. On the eastern side of the South Island, high cloud, thick high cloud at times coming through with that nor'wester, and in the North Island we've got some showers out at sea. That is the cold change that is sweeping into the southern part of the Tasman, and that will move into the North Island with a bit of a temperature drop. Up in the tropics, hello to our tropical neighbours. We've got plenty of cloud around at the moment, some heavy showers and thunderstorms approaching Fiji, and the driest weather with sunniest conditions further out towards Rarotonga and French Polynesia. All right, let's have a look at the wind. So we've got windy westerlies blowing through at the moment, across today, across tonight, and yes, into the weekend as well. High pressure is well north of New Zealand, low pressure well south of us. We are in the classic squash zone, windy westerlies blowing through, especially around the lower North Island and even some parts of the upper North Island as that system from the Tasman moves on through. So frosty conditions are possible because the winds aren't as strong around the South Island going into tonight and tomorrow. So those areas in purple do have the risk of a frost. May not be very much of one, but that is the risk zone. And on Sunday, the windier conditions mean that frosty weather is not looking so likely. So let's have a look at the weather map for Saturday afternoon. I've pushed it out a couple of hours to 3 p.m. That's because we're seeing lots of showers developing. And someone asked me at the weekend, why does the Weather Watch website say rain on Saturday and I'm talking about showers? So there's sometimes patchy rain and showers are basically the same thing. Rain is usually widespread, affects lots of parts of one region or multiple regions, whereas showers tend to be more individual, more isolated. But when they all start to merge together, that can form into kind of a patchy rain. And so that's why it's a little bit up and down, but always look at the rainfall totals. If it says rain and it's only 6 millimeters, then it's not going to be an overly wet day unless it's falling as drizzle across the entire day. So we've got some showers moving up. They may develop as we go through the day. A couple of them might be heavy. Most of that wet weather down around the west coast, still got polar air in the southern part here. That's why there is a bit of a risk for frost, but like I say, there's some clouds and some showers around as we go through into the afternoon, and those winds mostly from the west to northwest. On Sunday, the frosts disappear because not only is it a warmer airflow, windy nor'westers coming through there, but the wind lifts up around the South Island. So strong, maybe gale force winds, maybe some isolated power cuts here and there as we go into Sunday. And of course, daylight saving begins. So you spring forward 1 hour on your clocks, the ones that you have to manually change. Or for me, my air conditioning remote and my car's clocks will now finally be accurate for the next 6 months. So there's a cool thing that happens this weekend. I'm not the only one that has that problem. Sometimes you can't be bothered changing all the clocks. So you just wait 6 months. All right, here is 1 o'clock Monday as we kick off next week. High pressure out here in the Tasman Sea and to the north of New Zealand, which means it's a colder day blowing through, especially around the South Island with more polar air coming in, south to southwesterly winds. In the North Island, more of a west to northwest twist to the wind. Some of these showers may be a little heavy, and that's because it's a line of convergence where the clouds get pushed together. High pressure system up here pulling down subtropical wind. The other high near Tasmania, pulling up the cooler, colder southwesterly. And so in the middle here, you've got some showers, some of those heavy, may even get some thunderstorms in there too. By Tuesday, that line of convergence is stuck over the top of the North Island. And again, this could be one of those, is it showers or is it some patchy rain with a couple of heavy falls? We'll have to wait and see this far out, but you've got some showers here maybe sticking around in some areas for a bit longer. Otherwise, large dry skies around New Zealand. This is high pressure out here to the west, so light winds, and you've also got high pressure out to the east. So high pressure is all around the country. It's not necessarily smack bang over us, and that's why we've still got a westerly wind. This is kind of a bit, interesting because you've got the polar air still stuck around. But as we go through Tuesday, this northwesterly wind out of Queensland and New South Wales starts to move on in and pick up, also with stormy stuff to the south. So it's a little messy around the country next week. It actually looks like, these wintry blasts, these cold fronts are still trying to do what they've done for the last couple of months. But we're seeing high pressure further into the mix. We're getting more of these warmer airflows coming out of Australia and out of the subtropics, but it may not be felt for everybody as there's still polar air stuck around the lower South Island, I should say, on Wednesday, but it clears away on Thursday. These northwesterly winds all going around the high to the north of New Zealand, so that drags down subtropical winds for some parts of the country, or you're getting an airflow out of Queensland and out of New South Wales coming through into the South Island. Plenty of showers around on Thursday, and some of those might be a little bit heavy here and there. Messy kind of weather again, and another big wintry system out here over Australia. Which takes us to Friday of next week, 1 week from now. Really powerful high pressure zone smack bang over Australia. Another one to the north of us. And obviously that is pushing away the polar airflow. So warmer weather comes through as October kicks off. We've got more high pressure around. We've got warmer airflows in the mix and drier skies as well, off and on. So it's not all bad news. Compared to where we've been the last few weeks, this is actually looking a little better for some of you. So here is the upcoming 7-day rainfall, starting with the rain that's already falling, showers coming through over the days ahead and into next week. And some of these rainfall totals on the west coast really lifting up to 150, 200 millimetres. And we may well see more rain coming in after next week as well, more westerly driven. Not much though in Hawke's Bay and up towards Gisborne, Tairāwhiti areas, many eastern areas really not seeing very much rain, but there might be a little bit spilling over into parts of Otago, Southland and Canterbury as well. And that's all from me for this week. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for all the comments, especially around our typhoon videos. Good to see some of our New Zealand viewers watching those as well. Have a great weekend. Don't forget daylight saving. I'll see you again on Monday.